To man, you must have honor. Honor and a penis.
More like honor and a pingus.
Pingus.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
What you did there. I see it.
Good. Okay. This is, welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com.
Hi.
With me this week is Gameface. Say hello to the people, Gameface.
Hello to the people, Gameface.
Also with me this week is Slackerchan. Hand the mic.
What?
I was going to say hand the mic to Slackerchan, but...
Hi, monkeys.
I thought you were going to say, oh, hi, Mike.
Oh,
No, that's how I view people from now on.
Monkey.
they're all monkeys. I guess having a tech
Did you,
support job would do that to
Did you see my last post on Google, the picture I posted?
I haven't checked it
Been
today.
on Google Plus in like 2 weeks.
I haven't checked it today, so no.
Just note that even though Google Plus is a superior substitute to Facebook, I still think it's boring.
That's fine. Whatever, man.
Yeah. Just saying. Just say it.
That's fine. People get... I'm not going to give you crap after everyone gives me... Dude.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
People, like...
Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh my
But
god.
no, I mean, people give me crap. Why'd you leave Facebook to me? Shut up! Even my brother.
Well, you used to do that to me back when I was in college. I mean, granted, Facebook was better then, but still, I remember once you left me a note ranting about how I am suck for not liking Facebook, and it prompted me to leave it for the third time.
I don't remember this, but I apologize because...
That's okay. I was in like 15th grade. I was like my junior. It was like my first year at Kutztown. It was my junior year in college, and I just got that, and I was like,
That would be
Hey,
great,
that-
15.
hey, that 16 for me because I had like a year that almost didn't count. But anyway,
Well, granted, I have changed a lot since then, so
yeah.
I'm not exactly the same person.
Still, the phrase "you are suck" is pretty funny.
That was something that Andrew originally, Dr. Drew Bag, originally
Drew
said
Bag.
to Dr. Andrew Bag originally said to somebody on MySpace who commented on one of his bands that he was in at the time, and all he could think to say was "you are suck," and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I started telling that to people on YouTube, and one time somebody replied, "You are not spell good.
I thought it was "you are not talk good."
You are not spell good." I thought that was the best thing in the world. I actually uprated the reply.
Okay, it's Saturday. We're recording this. Technically, it's Sunday, I guess, because it's 1:35 in the freaking morning.
Hi.
But we are recording this Sunday before Halloween, so we thought we would do a podcast specifically about horror movies this week. Before we get to it, though,
We're high!
we should
So
beer. We should crack beers, right?
I thought we were doing this. It snowed another 5 feet on us, and we all.
Yeah, screw you, Oxnober.
It's no. I woke up today and I look out. It's like, holy shit! It's coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like I woke up, I look outside, I'm like, how long was I said to my brother, it's just like I looked outside, I'm like, Sean,
What?
how long was I asleep for?
Did you hear about it beforehand though?
I heard someone say, oh, it's gonna snow tomorrow on Saturday, but I've heard that for the past 3 weeks in a row, so I didn't believe it.
Earlier, it was like Friday of last week or like Monday of this week. Someone said someone at work said it's gonna said it was gonna on Saturday they were calling for snow. And I just looked at her funny, and she said, well, it was just flurries. They're just calling for flurries. And I still didn't believe it.
There was like 1.3 million people without power today. That's how bad it was.
That's
Yeah,
because
flurries
that's
my
because the
ass.
trees still have leaves on them, so they're soaking up even more of the weight. You see on their way in, the shrub that is just like glomming over. I looked at that and I thought, now, last winter when we got so much snow, we didn't have this problem. And then I realized, oh yeah, because the damn things didn't have leaves then.
Well, there's also...
That's because we got snow a lot later.
You know what'd be even worse is if we got freezing, like last year, remember that one freezing rainstorm we got? It was like how many inches of freezing rain, and everything looked like Godzilla just came over everything.
Speaking of horror movies,
It would be a horror movie about Godzilla coming on everything. But only from Japan would that ever happen. But
probably already done.
Toho probably would never lower themselves.
Yeah,
to that.
Toho wouldn't
And
do it.
Toho would sue the crap out of anyone who did make that, even if it was.
Although
just
Toho
uploaded
did
to
allow
YouTube.
Bambi vs. Godzilla, and that was pretty funny. You ever see Bambi vs. Godzilla? The short film?
That's awesome.
Have you seen it,
Bird.
Alex?
No.
It's just like the do 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 do. The classical music does that, and then you just hear like footsteps off in the back, off in the distance, and while Bambi is sitting there grazing on grass,
Prison in the grasses again.
and then you just see Godzilla's foot stomp right on him, and the credits roll.
Oh, like planes on a snake.
Yeah, I want to make Planes on a Snake. We need to make Planes on a Snake. It'll be opening credits, splat, closing credits. That's Planes on a Snake.
Me and Billy had sharks on a plane.
Oh, did you hear? I forget what airlines. Some airlines actually now selling for $14 million. My company can advertise whatever they want on the outside hull of the plane because, as you know, geese are a totally untapped market.
I know.
Kind of like fish.
Fish. There was a series of like 747s with like AL Nippon Airlines in Japan that actually had Pokemon banners across the sides of their planes for like a year. 1999. Don't you miss those days?
Wait, but that's just awesome. That's different than if a plane was just a giant Coke can.
I want to see a giant Coke can flying over my area.
Okay,
Yeah, but then you
here.
would have Pepsi fans shooting at it, and we just can't have that happening.
No, can't. Those bumpkins out in western Pennsylvania who only drink Pepsi, yeah, they'll get rough and rowdy.
I didn't know Pepsi was a Western PA thing.
Oh, dude, you can't out like
I've
west of
lived there.
Altoona.
How did I not know that.
Yeah, I remember because I preferred Coke at the time. I did Coke, and I couldn't find Coke anywhere. Like the only places you could find it was at like grocery stores. Gas stations didn't have it. Vending machines were all Pepsi. The school bookstore was Pepsi and Faygo.
That's really funny considering that there's a Coca-Cola factory in Ebensburg. Did you know that?
That is weird. There's one here too.
Well, that makes more sense. It's like, oh yeah, this town drinks nothing but Pepsi. Great place to put a Coke plant.
Yeah.
So, beer.
Beer. What about it?
Yeah, we
We need a new
need
one.
to crack, don't we?
So, I haven't seen any horror movies recently, so I'm just going to head and say I saw Thor last night. I'm sorry, it was a good movie, but Captain America was better.
I haven't seen Captain America, so I can't judge, but I did
Got
enjoy Thor.
to see Captain America.
We had the chance to watch it the other night. Paul was watching it in his bedroom, so we didn't.
That's basically how it happened. Okay,
We had the chance to watch it, but we didn't.
So do you want to announce what we're drinking, or do you want me to?
Wait.
It's
I broke
tradition.
Sorry.
It's a Chinese thing, Ying Ling,
Yeah, it is Chinese.
native to Pennsylvania.
That's freaking.
Native to Chinylvania.
Once again,
Pennsylvania.
only a Chinese company could be native to Pennsylvania in America.
Even though it's a German name that just sounds strangely Chinese.
Oh, okay. I didn't really know. I was just going along with
Yingling.
what you guys were saying.
Yingling. Real.
Okay,
I guess
crack.
it's German.
Shut up and crack.
That's what she said.
Beer.
Is good.
Sorry for breaking
Beer is good.
tradition. I'm just a rebel like that.
You and Andrew, man. At least you're not pretentious like he is.
Ask Alex. Yes, I can be pretentious, but the difference between me and Andrew. Oh wait, no.
I know
He
you
knows-
can be
I take that
pretentious,
back.
but you're not pretentious like he is.
He knows he's pretentious as well. The difference between him and me is if someone says, "Hey, you're getting this is," or it becomes obvious it's getting on someone's nerves, or they say, "Hey, you're acting like a douche." shut up. Andrew, he'll just be more of a douche.
Andrew will like get way past the point of getting on your nerves, Alex. And I've told him, like, dude, last time you talked about this particular subject, it got on his nerves. So you're going to talk about it again, and you're going to get on his nerves again.
I egg him on by trying to press the issue every time.
Speaking of which, remember that one time we were sitting here and Andrew started sending that picture around of
to
docking?
argue with me about whether or not it got on your nerves. Because that's Andrew.
Because, yeah, that's Andrew. Well, okay, remember that time he started sending that picture around? Two dudes docking? And he sent it to Tom. Well, Tom then sent it to me, and I threatened Tom, blah, blah, blah. If you do it again, I'll send you porn back, and I did. Well, anyway, the other day, I was at work. I got a text message. Oh, Tom, I opened it up. It's two dudes docking. It's the same picture. I know he was like thinking, I'm going to wait a couple of months and then do it again. And sure enough, he did. And so I was like, my only response was, Tom, I want you to know, this means war. And so I bided my time. I spent like 2 days searching for the most fucked up stuff I could find. And then I sent him a series of 16 picture messages, each one with a different picture of porn. Explaining why and how it pissed me off so much. Especially because I got it at work and someone could have seen it. So, I just, like, it wasn't completely random either. Like, at one point, it was just this thick girl with a big dick. Next one was a thick girl who had 2 dicks, and then the next one was a thick girl with 3 dicks.
Up to 16?
No, but that was just at one point. But
I hope he said Tom Dick Nipples.
But out of everything that I basically sent in a text at the end, I was just like, so when I say war, I mean war. I hope that you understand what will happen if you do this again. I'm like, it's the shit I get at work is already bad enough. They're already calling me Tim Possible. I don't need you making them think I'm gay too. And so out of all those 16 texts, those had text in them too, not just the pictures. All he got out of it was, they call you Tim Possible? And I was like, fuck you, Tom. Fuck you. What's that noise? It's my phone.
Wow, your phone vibrates like a whore.
Why was it like... Yeah, it was just like vibrating non-stop.
His phone.
There was some kind of error. Yeah, I was just like, what is the noise? I didn't even feel it.
His phone was going wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Dunham.
So we should actually start talking about horror movies, shouldn't we?
That's gay.
You're gay.
Gay.
Stop being Andrew.
You're so gay.
You're so Andrew.
You're gay.
Right now, you want Andrew.
7 gays.
I'll text Andrew and tell him you want him.
7 gays.
Like he confessed.
What do you call militant gay people? The gay. Anyway, okay, yeah, let's do this.
Okay, for starters...
Let's make it a short one because it's almost 2 a.m.
For starters, what is everyone's favorite horror flick? Personal favorite horror flick?
Ooh, that's a tough
The
one.
answer to this if you want me to go.
You go because I can't think of mine.
The Thing by John Carpenter.
Very, very good.
No contest in my mind. That's me, though.
Very, very good pick. I love The Thing. I'm not 100%.
I've heard that about you.
You're gay.
Hey, chicka bop bop.
Actually, both versions of The Thing. The original was pretty good too, but John Carpenter, like, rarely is it that a remake is better than the original. His is a lot better than the original.
I haven't seen the new one that came out recently.
I'm not sure I want to because I fear they'll ruin it.
I get the feeling it'll fall, like from the trailer, it looks like it'll fall somewhere in between the first and the second one. Like, better than the original still, because it obviously has a very big, still has a very big John Carpenter feel to it. Hell, it looks like they almost built like the inside sets exactly the same as John Carpenter's film. Just modernized it a slight bit. Other than
You know
that,
what they did do? They CGI'd the thing.
yeah, but CGI nowadays they can make look pretty good.
When you say the original joystick, are you talking about the
Joystick.
yeah,
Who's joystick?
that guy,
Oh, sorry.
Josh,
Oh, deep.
Josh,
Sorry, never mind.
Josh Stick.
Okay.
Well, and when
thought
we're
you called
saying
me
the
Ian.
new one versus the original in this case, it's
mean the one from
the
the
prequel.
yeah, I'm saying
There was one that was just put in theaters just like a couple days ago,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's also called The Thing, and it's a prequel to John Carpenter's movie.
Wait,
It really doesn't make sense.
wait,
Yeah,
no,
it's
that doesn't
retarded.
make sense because
The title of it is retarded.
wait, that doesn't make sense because trailer I saw, it can't really be a prequel because dude, like,
It's about the
some of
Norwegians.
scenes- Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm 100% sure about that. It's about the Norwegians.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird because it takes place. Does it take
And-
place still in the 80s though, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, you know how the movie started off with a Norwegian
Yeah.
chasing a dog with a helicopter?
Let me guess.
That's how this one ends. You know? That's how this one's supposed to end.
Let me guess. They're all speaking English.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't tell you I haven't seen it. I know there's an American character in it. I know that for some dumb reason, instead of going to the Norwegian military or the Norwegian government or seeking someone else out who's Norwegian and helping them excavate this thing, they go get a, quote, American ice excavation specialist, end quote.
Well, she wasn't with the government, the U.S. government, was she? Was she with like a college or something?
Hang on. I have to fart. I farted.
Okay, cool. Story, bro.
That was important. I don't know, Tim. I haven't seen the movie yet. I just know they go and get an American, which strikes me as a little odd, considering it would have been the Norwegian government that would have put an outpost there in the first place.
See, that kind of pisses me. Like, that's not a bad idea, but also pisses me off because how many years has it been, right, since that one? And you're going to make a movie where we automatically know everyone dies?
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did.
I don't want to see it now.
They made a movie about what happens at the Norwegian camp, and
That would have been fine if it had been made. I don't know, like in the 80s, but
that's kind of the same thing that they did with Star Wars. Oh, okay, now we got the 3 movies. Let's make movies to tell you what happens.
that's because George Lucas sucks. The only original thing he's ever done that's any good is Indiana Jones. I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, but the original movie, the first one, and even the second and third one, but especially the first one, scene from scene, you could take that scene, those scenes were literally ripped from other movies. And I know,
I still
good
like-
artists borrow, great artists steal.
Homage.
Yeah, I know.
Homage. That's French for you better let me do this.
Right, and George Lucas was good at doing that.
I
But
still
he put
really,
it
really
all,
liked.
basically, look at how big Star Wars was, right? That's because he put like homages, all the homages of all his favorite movies, homage, whatever.
Homage.
He was,
In one movie.
referencing Kevin Smith's Cop Out.
But he just put basically all these homages into one film, and because it was basically he put a bunch of winning formulas into one film, and then essentially if he tried that with any other film, everyone would have spotted right away. They would have been like, they wouldn't have seen the original film in their eyes that he was originally referring to, but they would have saw Star Wars. They would have been like, hey, this seems exactly like Star Wars, you know, blah blah blah. And so basically he put too much into one film.
I still really.
He never planned on making past that first film anyway. You know, if something's not really in your heart and you're just doing it for the money, it's never going to turn out like great work. I mean, the first one, he was just
Empire
trying
Strikes Back is my personal favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but you know he didn't rate those second two all by himself, right?
Yeah, he didn't direct the second one or the third one either.
Yeah.
A guy named Irvin Kershner directed Empire.
But my point being is he made the first one to showcase his abilities. It's the only one he truly cared about himself. And he did make the prequels, didn't he?
Yeah, he directed all three of the prequels.
I thought he did, yeah.
We should get back to horror movies.
You mean Star Wars, the prequels weren't a horror movie?
Not intentionally.
Just Jar Jar Binks.
It's horrifying. Yeah. Okay,
So,
back.
yeah, mine was the thing. What have you thought of yours?
No.
Okay. What about you, Josh?
The thing is that the thing is definitely up there among my all-time favorites, but I'm not 100% sure it is my all-time favorite. Also, the other two that would be right up there with it are The Shining
Also very good.
and Halloween.
I've actually never seen the original Halloween, but
It's well worth it. Most of the sequels are absolute crap, and the remakes are crap.
you mean kind of like Saw, basically every other horror movie out there?
Yeah, they kill horror movies. That they get one movie that's a big hit, and they make like 15 more after that. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a good movie. Like Children of the Corn has like 7 sequels. Children of the Corn does not need 7 sequels. The original wasn't very good.
I think The Howling had at least 7 sequels.
That's probably your favorite horror movie.
Howling? Well, I'm a huge werewolf buff, but the first one was really good. Second
That's
one,
what I meant. The first one.
the second one is horrible. The third one is really campy. It's really bad too, but it's kind of entertaining, and I'm kind of nostalgic about it because I stayed up. It was the first time I stayed up till like 1:30 a.m. on a school night to watch that. I was in middle school. But the first one, although I like the first Howling, I wouldn't say it's my favorite horror movie.
It's not my. Although I did enjoy it, it's not my personal favorite werewolf movie.
You know what I think?
That goes to Dog Soldiers.
You know what's an honorable mention though?
What?
And it's not your traditional kind of horror movie. Is the first Tremors? Because
I've never seen Tremors. I've
Really?
heard good things about it.
I say it's a good horror movie because I don't know about you, but I had this irrational fear once as a kid, and I knew there were other kids that I played with that had this irrational fear of, oh, get on the concrete, something's going to come out of the dirt and get you, like some kind of tunneling creature or something. And that is kind of a fear, the idea of what is normally your solid, everyday, indisputable, a safe area for a person is all of a sudden your worst enemy.
Good point.
It's like the ground
say
is your
that- you
worst
could
enemy.
call that a
all of
horror
sudden.
movie.
Yeah.
If monster movies classify as horror movies.
Well, it
And
is.
then they came out with Tremors 2, the Aftershocks, and then Tremors 3, the Aftershock after the Aftershock.
Well, no. They ended up turning into more comedy / sci-fi
And
movies.
the guy, the
Tremors
one
3
guy,
was. I'm sorry, I love Tremors 3. I thought it was.
it's so ridiculous. But I just like how they took the one guy and he slowly, throughout the 3 movies, evolved into Dale Gribble.
Oh yeah, the one guy who started. He was just like the gun nut in the first one. Ended up becoming the supporting character in the second one, and by the third one, he was the main character. I know his character did help. I think his character is what kept that series getting sequels. Honestly,
Oh, one that I completely forgot, and I'm mad at myself because I didn't mention this when I mentioned my other favorites. Alien. I love Alien. That movie is brilliant from top to bottom. It is extremely well acted, which is rare for a horror movie. It won an Academy Award for set design, which is also incredibly rare for a horror movie. It has the art of H.R. Geiger, which is heavily
sorry.
based in nightmares.
real quick, what movie are we talking about?
Alien.
Oh, I'm sorry, because real quick, my brother just texted. Apparently, the power's out at home. Anyway, Alien, yes, It's very, very good movie. Sorry.
I love, and the creature design in it was just top notch. It's so well done. It looks great. Like
Even
what
today,
is
it
this?
still
Yeah,
looks
it's,
good.
what is like 40 years later? It still looks
It
great.
was like 79.
Yeah,
I think it
79.
was.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, when I first saw it, believe it or not, it was only a couple of years ago, the original one. And I was reading the back of the case. I just literally, I went, holy crap! And my brother's like, what? And I'm like, this was made in 79? I think I just pooed a little. But yeah, and I didn't even know that Alien. Believe it or not, I didn't know Alien was made before Predator. Also, didn't know. I thought it was a.
So it predated Predator?
Yeah, I thought it was actually. I thought both the Alien and Predator movie were based off comics. I thought Alien and Predator were comics first. I actually found out they were comics after the movies. And believe it or not, the whole Alien versus Predator thing was originally just a one-shot, like a lot of versus comics
Yeah,
out there.
Alien versus
But
Predator
they
came
ended
into
up
it.
becoming their own, like the universes have basically fully merged now.
The-
Like
the
you can't
idea-
separate them anymore.
The idea of Alien versus Predator came around at the end of Predator 2, when Danny Glover like goes onto the ship or whatever, and it's got skulls that they have kept as trophies. There was a skull for an alien queen somewhere in there,
Okay.
and that's where
Was
the
that
original
like
idea.
an homage or something?
Yeah, it was an homage.
Okay. And then some writer was like, "Oh my God, I
We
gotta
need to do
erase
this.
that."
And then it had some sweet ass video games based off of them.
Oh yeah, I know.
And some cool comics and 2 terrible movies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I disagree about that one terrible movie. I thought the first AVP did it justice. It wasn't perfect. I mean, they even I don't know what the character's name was in
It doesn't fit in
In
the
the
continuity with the Alien
well, no,
movies, though.
they put a little homage in there that the black chick, or she wasn't really black, I don't know. You know, because at the end, she ended up teaming up with the one Predator to take down the Queen, and at the end, the one, what are they called, the tribal leaders, basically,
Yeah, I know.
the head guys,
the Marines.
whatever the clan head's name was for Predators, but he took the alien blood and basically put their clan symbol, like scarred it into her forehead before they left. And that was actually an homage to the original AVP comic. Like there was a whole planet colony under attack with the aliens. Well, what happened was the Predators released the aliens on this planet, and it was empty when the humans had actually put a colony on there, so it ended up becoming out of control. And it was actually there were Marines on there too, stationed there, and there was one female Marine, and she ended up being the sole survivor. Some of the Marines ended up joining forces with the Predators because because of all the humans, the alien population got massively out of control. She ended her name was like Michiro or something like that. She ended up being like the sole survivor. They like destroyed the planet, so she left with the Predators that were still alive, and they basically accepted her as part of her clan, and she actually started living with the Predators, and ended
So
up
kind of
becoming
like
like,
what happened with the Samus Aran and the...
oh, I didn't ever play the Metroid games, but or I've read the Metroid games. I've never played them, but
Well, there were Metroid
but
comics.
I know she did go on to basically be, I think, I'm not sure if she was the only reoccurring human character in the AVP comics, but she was like the main human character basically, because she was living with the Predators for quite a while, but eventually something happened where she got fed up with them and left them.
With the
But
AVP
because
movies,
she lived with them, she ended up learning their tactics and stuff, and becomes like the most dangerous like human alive.
with the AVP movies, like, my biggest problem was, I had a problem with them right off the bat because it's set in modern day. That does not fit into the continuity of the Alien movies at all, and it has no space. Where are the freaking space marines to kill the aliens? You know.
Granted, that's true in the first one. I thought
Second,
I know. I thought that was fine in the first one, but as far as I'm concerned, the second one didn't happen because it was just that shitty. The second one should have took place in the future. They should have left it with that little cliffhanger at the end. Where the alien pops out of the Predator.
Yeah.
It's a cliffhanger, blah, blah, blah. They should have left it at that, and if there was a sequel, it should have took place in the future. End of story. But
one thing I do love about Alien and Aliens so much is rarely ever do you get to see the full life cycle of a creature from its like inception to its birth to its growth to how the eggs are made. Everything you see. Everything in Alien, and that is rare when that happens.
And then grabloids. But yet you see very little of the alien. It's the xenomorph itself.
Yes, I just got an idea for a movie: Grabloids versus aliens.
And whoever wins that versus pirates
versus ninjas
versus Bert Gummer or whatever the character's name is
versus zombies.
Yeah, I came up with a whole bracket, an idea for like a whole series of movies. It would be a bracket. It would be like pirates versus zombies, and then like vampires versus aliens.
You ever come up with your favorite horror movie?
You guys like The Thing. I'm gonna say The Ring.
That's fine. I haven't personally seen it.
I don't like. I've seen a lot of horror movies. I've only seen a handful of them that I really like. The Ring wasn't great, but it was very psychological, and it was kind of my introduction to psychological horror.
I like
Be the pretentious critique though, and say I liked Ringu and not The Ring.
I never saw Ringu though. Ringu,
the Japanese version.
I like to.
It's about how there's a Japanese version of Paranormal Activity. There's a Japanese sequel to Paranormal Activity.
It's called Paranormal Activity.
It's called Paranormal Activity Tokyo Night.
In 2008, they made this really good comedy called Death at a Funeral. And then in 2010, Americans remade it. And guess what?
Scene for scene.
Yeah, and it wasn't even technically a foreign film in a sense. It was a British film. They don't count. I'm sorry, people.
Death at a Funeral. I only saw the original one, but it was hilarious.
So everything's so freaking green.
Like, I watch it, and I'm sorry, but the editing in the remake wasn't even good. Like, it was choppy. It was like, they're like, scene for scene. They, like, did maybe, like, as soon as they could get people to do it without laughing, they're like, that's good, next take. And they edited it, like, over 2 days, and they're like, it's good.
I hate scene for scene remakes. Like, if all you're gonna do is take new actors and then use the same dialogue, doing the exact same motions, and record the exact same scenes with the exact same camera angles, what's the fucking point?
Because they're all black instead of British. I don't know, it's fucking retarded.
Well, the one that springs instantly to mind is the 1998, I think it was, version of Psycho. It was a scene for scene reshoot of the original, and you can't outdo Hitchcock.
Stupid audience members will see something that looks old, and the film's kind of grainy, and the hairstyles are out of date. Yeah. And they talk kind of funny, and because it's like, from 4 decades ago or generation before, and they go, "Ooh, this is an old movie. I don't want to watch old movies."
Okay, I will give you that, but 2 years and across the pond don't count for that.
No.
I'm sorry. Like, wait, hold on.
Still,
they replaced the
remaking
characters with
Psycho.
white British with African Americans, right? Midget. They didn't even replace the fucking midget. They used the same actor. They can't find a black midget? Don't tell me there's no black midgets out there. Or, I'm sorry, not midgets, dwarfs.
That midget though, he was in Bruges. And I have to pause every time I say the name In Bruges, because it's always like, do you remember that part in Bruges? But no, that guy was funny, and I think Tim has a little animosity for black people.
Have you seen?
No, I just have an animosity for a remake that was for a 2-year-old movie.
Have you seen Psycho?
I've seen American Psycho.
No, Ken Hitchcock's Psycho.
No, I haven't.
It's well worth it. I'll let you borrow it tonight if you want. It is well worth your time. It is
Uh,
a very, very good movie, especially if you do not know how it is.
Let me put it this way: if I borrow something, I need to go right home and do it, or I'll just put it down somewhere and I'll forget about it forever, and eventually go, whose copy of UHF is this? No, seriously, I have a copy of UHF and I don't know who I borrowed it from. So
I never read UHF. I've never even seen it. But
actually, I think it's Ryan Reynolds. Now that I think about it.
hey, gosh, did you just say Ken Hitchcock?
Yeah, I did.
Alfred Hitchcock, sorry. Ken Hitchcock was the coach of the Dallas
Were
Stars.
you thinking of Ken Burns?
No, I was thinking of...
I was thinking of that pathetic butt munch Bran. Who's Bran?
No, Ken Hitchcock
sorry.
was the coach of the Dallas Stars when they won the Stanley Cup.
Ah, that fella.
I meant Alfred Hitchcock, and I need to see more of his movies because he is so good at suspense. But you said The Ring. I've never seen The Ring, so I can't really say much of that. Have either of you seen The Shining?
I own it. Let me just say, though, probably what's scarier is My Little Pony.
I've never. I don't want to watch My Little Pony.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really don't.
sure you have. Or
I
haven't, or whatever.
I
Little pwned.
I don't have any idea. I have.
Let's not get started.
Anyway, The Shining is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and you know what's funny about that is Stephen King is the only one that doesn't like that. He's like the only person in the entire freaking world that doesn't like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. So he went and did how Stephen King has directed like 3 or 4 different made-for-TV specials
Right.
where it'll be like 3 hours long altogether,
Right.
and they'll show it in bars like a serial.
Didn't he actually do a remake of The Shining?
Yeah!
Why?
And it's supposed to be a lot longer, a lot slower, and lacking the great performances of the original. Like, Jack Nicholson was fantastic in
Well,
that.
I wouldn't say it was actually slower, but I saw the remake. Let me put it this way. You know why I could never take it seriously? And it's not because he's a bad actor. He's a great actor. What's his name? He played Brian in Wings, and I grew up with that. And he played the character of this goofball, happy, no-care attitude, like a big man-child. And then he's supposed to be this ex-alcoholic guy going psychopath, trying to kill his wife, his family. And it's like, he did a great acting job, but I'm sorry, I just can't go from a guy who was a comedy actor for 10 or nearly 10 years to all of a sudden a murderous psycho. It just doesn't compute with me. It takes away from the experience.
But
I mean,
Nicholson
look
was
at
perfect in the role. I mean, he's very, very, very good at being insane,
Look how long it took Ryan Reynolds to finally get away from his comedy career, which I know he's actually been trying to be a more serious actor. He finally got to be the Green Lantern, and I'm surprised they made him the Green Lantern and not the Flash. Seriously, I thought he would have been a great Flash, but even in that movie, there were a few moments where it was still like, oh yeah, that's Ryan Reynolds. You know what I mean? But by the way, have you seen Green Lantern?
No, I haven't seen Green Lantern.
Oh really? It was actually really good.
So, I've heard mixed things about it, but I still like to see it.
I actually liked it, and it actually wasn't a kind of a it wasn't a Deus Ex Machina, because it's like, oh, he just got his powers, and there's this being that none of them can possibly beat, and it's killed like tons of the Green Lanterns at once, and then all of a sudden he's up against it, and it's like, well, how the hell could he possibly survive? He actually, on the spot, he didn't come up with an ingenious plan or anything, but he got an idea from something that happened to him recently that actually was, oh, this is a plausible idea that none of the other Lanterns didn't think of before.
You know what, I'm just kind of surprised we haven't mentioned, because we've mentioned it so many times on this podcast.
What?
Silent Hill.
Wait, did you just say we haven't mentioned, but we've mentioned so many times?
Yeah, we've
before?
mentioned. Yeah, we mentioned it in
I get
previous.
what you mean.
Silent
Hill, Silent Hill, Silent Hill, Silent Hill. That was also a great horror movie.
That actually was. Actually, I might almost say that's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just because I have kind of a slim realm of reference with horror movies. But I did really like Silent Hill. It was really good.
You know what that movie is a perfect example of? Is how you're supposed to combine old-fashioned analog special effects and filmmaking techniques with modern CGI.
And you know what the funny thing is? I'm squeamish. I can't stand too much, a whole lot of gore. But I
That
still
movie
really
wasn't really even gory, actually.
Well, but it did have.
It did have a few moments, but they were brief.
But
Enough
I still, it wasn't enough to. It didn't turn me off at all. I still
right.
really like.
It was enough to give you an idea.
I'm the exact same way. I don't like excessive gore in movies. I don't like if they do gore for gore's sake. I don't like that.
I can't stand it. I mean, you may dislike it for reasons of taste, but I really am. I'm sensitive. But I thought of my favorite horror movie actually. Apart from all those,
Go ahead.
Manos, The Hands of Fate.
That movie
Because
is so freaking terrible.
15 minutes into it, when there's nothing but driving cinematography, and you think there's 2 hours left of this. There's 2 hours left of this. There's 2 hours left of. There's 2 hours left of this.
Is it?
What's gonna happen between now and 2 hours that's gonna keep me from slitting my wrist?
Wait, weren't you the one who went to the theater and saw Wolf Creek?
Oh gosh!
Which is worse?
Oh, Manos. Wolf Creek was rancid, but Manos was like tar pit.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go early. I guess the last 15 minutes will just have to be you two. The power's out. They said they have no food. That's gotta suck. So, I'm gonna get going. They don't have a car, blah blah blah. So,
Reasons not to live in Yoakum Town with Slacker Chan.
That sign says "come" on it.
but thanks a lot. I like my. Well, no, I like my apartment, just not who's in it.
Yeah, that's it.
But
You have such a big problem with your apartment
Yeah,
that Chris
it-
Brown was there all the time.
well, it's not that out of the way. It's right off the highway, pretty much. But yeah, it's just far away from everything, basically, right now.
Is it?
And
would
honestly,
you have as big of a problem if Chris Brown wasn't there all the time?
no, I wouldn't. By the way, real quick, I don't think I'll be able to move out of there before this number's over.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
a month-to-month thing.
Okay.
I'll see you guys later. That's cool. Drive
Yeah.
safe.
You want one for the road? I mean, for when you get home.
No, that's
Okay.
I actually have American money in the car.
Oh,
Sean wanted to stop.
Anyway, on with the show.
Yeah, I'm personally a huge fan of John Carpenter, and I've shown you a lot of his movies, and he does a lot of horror movies, and some things that are supposed to be horror movies that are kind of action-packed in parts, like vampires. I enjoy the shit out of vampires.
I don't remember. I think you showed that to me, and I was like,
We
half
only got to
asleep.
watch it once because I think Mary happened to it.
Oh yeah.
But
Wasn't I like half asleep because I don't remember any of it?
Before I go, I have a horror situation for you, Josh. No, actually, you're answering this too, Alex. If you were forced to watch Kim Possible or My Little Pony, which would you watch?
Possible.
like Kim Possible.
Wow,
I
really?
think it's been established that Kim Possible has redeeming. No, okay. I'll put it this way: they both may have redeeming qualities, but Kim Possible fans are not obnoxious.
Yeah, that's good enough reason
I
for
couldn't
me.
believe that because my one coworker, Aaron, who he's apparently a fan of it, he's a troll, he's a beatard. He admits to it.
Man.
Anyway, peace out.
Jeez.
Yeah, see you later. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. I mentioned 2 of his movies are my all-time favorite in Halloween and The Thing. I really like The Fog is really good too. Did I show you The Fog, Alex?
I don't think I saw The Fog.
The Mist was a good one.
That was, oh man, The Mist was so depressing though.
It's so good.
It was good. Storm of the Century, does that count as horror? I still haven't seen the end of it, but I liked what I did see. Drive safe.
I don't know. I thought I had shown you The Fog. Maybe I had.
You might have. What happens in The Fog?
The Fog is
Other than tripping.
The Fog is the movie where it's got a woman who has a radio station that she runs out of a lighthouse, and then they live in a place called Antonio Bay, and it starts off with this old man sitting around telling a ghost story about something that happened in Antonio Bay's past to these kids, and the movie is about.
I think there should be a town down the shore from Antonio Bay called Eris.
There is no Antonio.
No, there should be a town called Antonio Bay on the waterfront. And down the stream, like right down the stream, almost the same town, should be a town called Eris. So they refer to them collectively as Antonio Bay and Eris. I had to. I'm punny like that. Anyway.
Janet Leigh is in it. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it as well. They had one big name star at the time.
Alec
And
Baldwin.
I forget who he was. One, like, very experienced actor.
Alec Baldwin?
No.
Then I don't care.
It's like, between the hours of midnight and 1, this extremely thick fog rolls in, and then all kinds of supernatural things start happening, and people start dying when it does.
Huh.
And, like, no one knows what's going on until the radio person catches on to it. And she warns people, there's something in the fog. Stay away from the fog if you can. Close up your houses, try your best to dam it up so the fog doesn't creep in. Keep the fog out and try,
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, it's like there were, I think, 6 conspirators that killed off like a leper colony or something and took all their money to found Antonio Bay. And the fog is like the ghost of the pirates from that leper colony coming back to take what is rightfully theirs.
Those poor... I don't know why I thought dwarfs for some reason when I thought of lepers. I don't know. Anyway.
I really like the movie.
I have no recollection of that, but I would like to see it.
I think it's an excellent movie. I think it's very, very good. John
What do you
Carpenter's-
mean Windows is not genuine? Screw you, Vista. I'm sorry, Windows 7, not Vista. Right.
Take my dad's suggestion and see
I'm
if it
not
works.
sure where to put the product key in, though. I don't know, like here? Here?
Well, when you boot it up, it tells you...
It says get genuine, and it links me to a page where I can buy a new copy for like $200.
I have to talk to my dad. I don't know that. I just know what he told me.
I'll try it, though, tomorrow. And stuff.
Hopefully that will work for you. Anyway, I really like The Fog. Let's see, other John Carpenters. I have not seen They Live. I really want to see They Live.
And Bubblegum?
Yeah, but They Live is the scene where he says, I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
And I'm all out of
go.
bubblegum.
That's what it's from.
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
I gotta see that.
the Cripple Fight
Cripple Fight.
from South Park. You know that?
I know the Crippletron from Family Guy.
No, the Cripple Fight from South Park, where it's I
I know
Timmy
what you're talking
fighting
about,
Jimmy.
but I don't remember. I didn't see the episode, so.
Oh, well, I was gonna say that fight is lifted straight from that movie, and I can show you a video on YouTube that proves it later on if you want.
Maybe.
But I really want to see They Live. It's supposed to be badass. It's not,
That's a Carpenter film.
yeah,
Cool.
They Live is a Carpenter film.
I don't think I have yet. I would like to see Ghost of Mars again. I seem to remember that being really good.
It's one of those movies that's like not good in the same way that The Shining is good. It's good. This is entertaining.
It's just
Leave
memorable.
the doorway, you know.
Well, I don't remember it being really stupid. I mean, it wasn't all camp value, although it was pretty campy.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know. Plus, it takes place on Mars. That's awesome.
He has a new movie coming out. I think it might be out right now, but I haven't checked the release date for it yet. It seems on DVD or not. It's called The Ward, and it's supposed to be like a simple ghost story about a woman in a psychiatric ward being haunted by a ghost.
Ah, I don't room for creativity there.
I don't know if the ghost was haunting her before she went into the ward, and that's why she went into the ward, and the ghost followed her into the ward, or
if she met it in the
if
ward.
she met it in the ward.
Or if she's just crazy all along. Oh.
But
I get what they're getting at here. That's cool.
I wanted to see it in theaters, and I looked up all the theaters that it's coming to. None in Pennsylvania.
Limited release, really?
Yes.
Huh.
I don't know why it's
Bummer.
limited. I
D9.
thought it would have been a major release being John Carpenter.
I remember when I Heart Huckabees came out. There's a horror movie for you. No. We had to drive from Johnstown to Altoona, half an hour away, to go see it.
Oh wait, is it currently called the Palm Presents the whatever movie ever sold or whatever?
Oh, was that Altoona?
Yeah, it was gonna be Altoona. I'm pretty sure.
Altoona. I don't know anything about Altoona. I think they probably stopped doing that. No one really cares about Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Kind of like York.
York sucks.
That's why nobody cares about it.
But I don't think Altoona really sucks. It's just not noteworthy in any way. Except it has a funny name that sounds like it has a fish in it, but it's spelled differently.
So like Frederick, Oklahoma.
More like Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, except Fleetwood really sucks. It's just a suck.
Frederick, Oklahoma does kind of suck though. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there many times. Oh, we drove through Frederick to get to my uncle's place.
Okay.
And like half the places in Frederick are boarded up and closed. That's Frederick, Oklahoma. They have no money. They've never had money. As far back as my memory goes, they have not had money. And Frederick kind of sucks.
That sounds like a steel.
But there is a bitchin' place to eat in Frederick. We found this little cafe. It was like run by just a handful of people, you know, like mom and pop type cafe.
Yeah.
And we went there, and like the waitress was friendly and a smart ass, and got us all laughing and having fun before our food came. And the food was really fucking good too.
Oh, cool.
Got
So
like
something
badass
worthwhile.
Bam! It's like fucking like a breakfast.
Nito Burrito.
If Nito Burrito did breakfast burritos, it would be this.
Nice.
It's fucking awesome.
Hey, what'd you think of that Ted's restaurant, Ted's Burgers up in Commonwealth, Connecticut? That was banging. Nah, okay, it wasn't the best burger I've ever had, but it was still really freaking good.
Yeah, it was.
It was like Five Guys, but a little bit cheaper and a little bit better. I'm not crazy about Five Guys. I prefer In-N-Out Burger. Too bad they're on West Coast thingy.
Yeah,
California.
I got bitched at for saying Five Guys is okay, but not wonderful.
Yeah.
Online.
Oh, because people love it around here. Five Guys, it's overrated. It's good. It's a really good burger.
I didn't say it was bad. I said it's good. It's just overrated, and
It is overrated.
and I was like, I enjoy Whataburger more. I don't think you've been to Whataburger.
I was in a Whataburger when I was in Orlando a couple years ago.
They have a green chili cheeseburger right now.
Nice.
It is awesome.
But Five Guys is it's all grease, just not a whole lot of. Their stuff is just really, really heavy. In-N-Out Burger. Oh my god. I was at one of those in Las Vegas this summer.
You know,
Oh man.
you know what I heard they're gonna do?
Oh man, In-N-Out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I heard they're gonna do is I heard that they're going to remake. I heard they're either are going to or are currently remaking Escape from New York. How the hell are you gonna remake Escape from New York?
Jason Statham.
It probably will have Jason Statham.
Statham. Did I say Stamos?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Probably will have Jay. Watch it happen. It's like, you're not Kurt Russell. Yeah, been in some cool movies, but you're not Kurt Russell.
Or it'll be, what's that guy's name? Clive Owen? No. It couldn't be him. I'm thinking it would be kind of like Taken. Have you seen Taken?
Is that movie where that guy's like, I'm very good at what I do, bring back my daughter?
Yes. Or I will find you.
That was Liam
and I
Neeson,
will
right?
kill you. Yeah, that's right. Liam Neeson. That was a good movie. I was just thinking about that earlier tonight for some reason.
My parents, I watched that with my parents. I want to see vampires again, because that was so badass. I mean, I was like, man, that's the coolest way to kill a vampire. You know, like the towing cables or whatever they'll put on the front of the Jeeps and trucks.
Yeah, I do remember Vampires. Yeah, that was a great movie.
I fucking love vampires. And I only got to watch it once, because like 4 days later it was fucking stolen from me. And then Mary asked about it, and she's like, I heard you have vampires. I was like, who the hell told you that? I didn't tell you. And the only other person that knew that I owned vampires is Alex.
Yeah, and I would never kept track of all the movies you had.
Well, this was after we had watched it,
Yeah.
and then it was gone, and I was like, it's gone. And it was taken. I gotta watch it one time. It fucking sucked, because that movie was awesome. It was like Snake Plissken killing vampires. Is what it was.
It was like snakes on a Plisken.
You know they made 2 sequels to it?
Vampires?
Yeah. Neither one of them has John Carpenter directing. One of them has John Bon Jovi and a vampire. I don't know if that's like so bad it's good or what, but it's the idea of John Bon Jovi and a vampire. You know? We should probably wrap this up. 59 minutes, that's plenty. So this has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed our Halloween special. As we sat here and talked about horror movies throughout most of it. I know I enjoyed doing this.
Black people.
I loved sitting and talking movies, and we will talk to you guys next week. Say goodbye.
Black people. No, bye, folks. It's actually turned out pretty good.
Speak to you guys next week here on digital-delirium.com.
Bye.
In the bush.